Hi everyone, Phil from Tech for Techs here. Today we're going to be looking at these from Manfrotto. It's their Pro Rugged range of SD and micro SD cards. We're going to test these to see how rugged they actually are, as well as what sort of speed you're able to get from them. We do have links in the description below which will take you to the cheapest prices available online in your country. Bear in mind, prices on SD cards and any other digital media at the moment is going up and down on a daily basis. Okay, so we've got these Manfrotto, or at least that's how I think you pronounce it, cards in front of us. They are the Pro Rugged. We've got the SD and micro SD. The SD card is, as you can see, an SD UHS-II V90 memory card, and the micro SD is a UHS-I V30 memory card. So as you can see there, it tells you the physical sizes on there. The SD card we've got is 64 gig, the micro is 128 gigabytes. It's got the website on the front, tells you, it says it's good for 4K. This one here, which is the standard SD card, is saying it's ideal for 6K as well, which is pretty good. So on the back of the cards, it does say on there the read-write speed, so we've got 90 megabytes per second read and write on the micro SD card, and you've also got a 280 megabytes per second read on the standard SD with a write of 250 megabytes. It does tell you on here as well how much you can actually store on here. So for example, for the 64 gigabyte card, you can store 15 minutes of 4K footage, and you can fit 10,000 photos on there. Obviously, that depends on obviously all your settings and how you've got it set up and so forth, and how many megapixels you're using. I can generally fit a lot more than 15 minutes of 4K footage on a 64 gig card, but again, it depends on the device you're using and what format it's writing on, so it just gives you a rough idea. These are rugged cards, so they are perfect for drones, gimbals, action cameras, suitable temperatures anywhere from minus 25 degrees Celsius up to 85 degrees Celsius. So that's pretty good. I think that's the same for both of the cards. Let me just double check a second. So yeah, minus 25 up to 85. And the SD card does state it stands up to 20 kilograms of force, so that's a lot of weight you're going to be putting on it before it actually break. We're going to do some tests on there, see how rugged they are. Apparently they're all sealed in, so they're waterproof as well, which is ideal obviously if you're out and about, and especially for someone who is a professional who's doing professional outdoor photography using the drones and so forth as stated. Okay, so inside the packaging we have two boxes. Obviously one box per item to help protect the card if you decided you wanted to take it out and about, but again, if you're a professional, you've probably already got a case to put your cards in. Otherwise, let's have a quick look at the SD card first. So as you can see there, it says Pro Rugged on the top, 64 gig, you've got UHS-II on there, SDXC, and then on the other side you've also got all your model numbers and stuff like that. I'm not too sure if you can 100% see that on the camera, but it gives you a rough idea. Otherwise, pretty straightforward. It doesn't have a write protect switch on there. It's probably to help stop moisture getting inside, and it looks like it's sealed all the way around. I can't see a way in there, to be honest with you. The adapter for the SD card looks like a traditional SD card adapter in all honesty, but again, that's not the bit that you want to be protecting, it's the little card itself, which is here as you can see, and well, it's quite small like most micro SD cards are. And again, it tells you the size on there, tells you it's obviously UHS-I, and then you've got the model numbers and stuff on the bottom if you can make that out. But otherwise, again, it looks like a completely sealed card. There doesn't seem to be anything on there where you can get inside. So when a product puts rugged or strong or unbreakable or anything, I see that as a challenge. So what we decided to do was a 24-hour water test on this card to see, well, if it's waterproof or not. and, well, see if it can make friends with the little fishes. And, well, it seems to do that pretty well. It was with them for 24 hours, got moved around quite a bit, so lots of bits of sand in there to scratch it and so forth, and it still, believe it or not, worked after this test, which is pretty good. So then we thought, right, what other tests? Well, they say it can get really cold without any problems. So what did we do? We froze it. So, and as you can see there, they are both frozen, so you can just about make the micro SD card at the bottom there, and that's frozen. And afterwards we decided to boil them, so, or at least put them in boiling water just to see, well, if they still work afterwards. And believe it or not, they did. So down to the testing, the read speed on this is quoted at 280 and the write at 250 megabytes per second. We were able to get close enough to that 278.5 using Crystal Disk Mark, a little bit slower using Atto on there. We're getting roughly around about 257, and the write was roughly around about 210, 215, but on Crystal Disk Mark was getting 240, so that's within a few percentage marks of what they actually quote, so that's pretty good. I don't have any problems with the speeds there. Now to the micro SD card. The manufacturer quotes 90 megabytes read and 90 on the write. We're able to get 95 on the read using Crystal Disk Mark. Atto got roughly 91, 92. On the write we got 88 and roughly 86 on our testing. So that's well within the range of what they're saying, and even slightly faster on the read speeds. So I don't see any problems with their micro SD card either. So in conclusion, well, the cards were able to pass our stress tests. As you could see, they could swim with the fish, they were able to be frozen as well as boiled without any issues. Obviously, do these sort of tests at home at your own risk. Don't hold me responsible if you go and melt your cards or your fish ends up choking on your SD card. Speed tests, well, they were exactly as the manufacturer said. We got speeds up to 90 megabytes per second on the micro card and 280 on the full-size SD card. So obviously, if you're buying a high-end camera and you need an SD card or micro SD card, depending on the device, which records or writes at high speed, then these are probably the items for you. Obviously, prices are up and down on SD cards. It's always best to check the manufacturer's website to see what the price is at the moment. I think at the moment, at time recording, they do have offers on, but by the time you actually watch this video, the offers may not be on again. So always double check the prices. Prices on SD cards and any memory products at the moment alters sometimes on a daily basis. So if you're wanting an SD card what's going to last the test of time, as well as being able to swim with the fishes and go really fast while doing all that, then yeah, this is probably what you want. So I would highly recommend these cards.